Hello everyone, this is my fourth update for my 3-queen Lasius Niger colony. As you can see, the queens have been busy and have laid more eggs. I'll just throw a picture here of, a better angle of all those eggs there, and we can try and count them. I mean, from just looking at those photos there, it appears that there is in excess of over 100 eggs there, right against the cotton ball there. And there's only one larvae. There's only one larvae in the colony right now, which is kind of strange to have over 100 eggs and only one larvae. But back when I took these guys out of hibernation, I successfully managed to kill all the larvae due to my inexperience. But yeah, that's okay. It's one larvae, so I mean, when it pupates, that'll be a big event, you know. So you can see the workers and the queen give a lot more attention to that one larvae there, even more than the rest of the eggs. I guess it's kind of a novelty for them. Right, so just coming in to hydrate here. Got to keep the humidity up. I hydrated the cotton ball there I think 3 days ago because it looked rather dry, so I'm not gonna really have to put too much water on it. As you can see, like the larvae is kind of in the crack there. I have to be very cautious about how much water I put in the ball so it doesn't drown the larvae. Alright, coming in here with my syringe. The worker seems to go right to the larvae, seems to know I'm about to hydrate it. I mean, look at those queens there just cleaning the eggs. I don't think they're feeding because they haven't been fed for a few days. I think they're just cleaning the eggs together there, you know, make sure they don't rot away. Keeps the water. I really do have to attend to that waste pile right to the right of the right of the cotton ball there. Sorry, the left of the cotton ball. It's kind of the remnants of the last insect they consumed. We're gonna be giving them protein today for feeding. See, I've been feeding them every 2 days sugar because I noticed the workers were pulling a bit at the cotton barrier there at the entrance of the nest. So that means they're hungry. I mean, we've got 3 queens there, right? That's a lot of eggs that need to be laid, a lot of food that need to be fed to them. Because I mean, the queens act essentially like large workers at this stage. They really tend the eggs. They feed the other queens. It's kind of although they have laid a lot more eggs than like an original founding queen would. Just having 3 of them there, plus the 2 workers, gives them the confidence to lay more eggs. Because 100 eggs between 3 queens isn't crazy, but that's still a lot of eggs. I mean, it's going to be a lot of workers. I really don't know how they're going to care to all those when they turn into larvae. I mean, right? It's only one larvae now, but there'll be over 100 larvae there. That's a lot of larvae to feed. I mean, I don't know what they'll do. Probably, I mean, if I give them like a cricket or a cockroach or something, they'll just put the larvae right against it and they'll kind of burrow their way in. I mean, or maybe they'll just feed them individually. I mean, there's 5 ants there. Each ant feeds 12 larvae every couple of days. I mean, that works okay. But I mean, I don't know. In a large established nest, they have like a designated kind of crew of nursing ants. I think it's like a couple ants per like every 20 larvae or something. See, we got that one active worker there. Yeah, gonna come in here and get that maple syrup in. The ants love the maple syrup. They must eat it right off the stick. Look at them going there, going drinking right at it. So yeah, sugar twice a week, but I'm gonna feed him protein today. Today I got a centipede. I fed him a centipede last week, but this week I'm gonna feed him one again. I was looking in the yard to see what was there, but there were some spiders and stuff. But I thought, a centipede's really nice for these guys to eat because of the kind of like the hollow center essentially. Last week they like really ripped it to shreds. I mean, I had to take the carcass out, right? I had to take the carcass out, but it was mostly a torn apart. Yeah, just a bit of lifted dried. Kind of tricky to get this here, get the centipede in here. But once I get it in, they'll get it. Oh, here we go. I cut off the head and the tail. That's all they need there. Maybe a bit tough for them to do. I should have crushed it a bit before I put it in retrospect, but I want to kind of train them to pull apart stuff. See, trying to get it close to the workers once they're done with the honey. I found that the queens are very interested in getting the protein. The workers not so much. The workers will taste like the insect and then they'll take off. They like the sugar. But the queens seem to know that they need the protein to lay the eggs. Like they're really desperate for that protein there. You know, and that queen there. It's kind of funny how the workers just walk in the syrup. It's like they don't know they're gonna get stuck. In my original colony I had, which died, actually one of the workers drowned in the syrup. I put a way too big blob. Now I put little blobs. As long as it's smaller than the worker, there's like no risk of them drowning in it, you know. But yeah, those ants will actually drink up that entire thing today, I bet. They'll drink the whole thing out. Won't be any left. It's crazy how much they drink though. And they feed to the larvae too. I've heard that larvae need protein primarily to grow right. But they also can make feeding them sugar actually may help. Right, it may help to feeding them sugar may help for the larvae to mature faster. I don't know, having more available nutrients. Because I mean, there isn't much protein in a maple syrup. Probably is a trace amounts of it. It's not really like considered a protein source, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe the excess energy helps the larvae to pupate faster. Alright, get another angle there. See the three queens working diligently away there on those eggs. I think I almost caught one laying a few days ago. Like I saw it laying an egg, which is pretty cool. You know, they keep on changing the larvae around. Last week it was kind of on the chamber to the right there, but now they move it right there, right next to the eggs, kind of right next to the cod. I don't really see it move too much. I've seen in some of the other ant species, the larvae will really move. Like some of them bull ants, it's like writhing, looks like a bloody maggot or something. For the Lasius, it just kind of sits there. Don't even see its head moving. May have to get a better lens, you know. Got some of these macro filters here from a camera. Get a closer look at the ants, you know. It's about, yeah. I think this is the +10 one or something. Get better detail there. Man, I wonder what those queens are doing there. I wonder if they're actually, they may be feeding each other. I don't know, looks like they're not really touching the eggs too much there, but they're tending to them there. I think one of them may not be fertile. That's one of my suspicions. Because there's 100 eggs there, but I mean, if all three of them are laying as much as possible, I'd be expecting, you know, more like 150 or something. So I mean, if they're at a stage where they have workers and plenty of food, they should be laying like non-stop almost. I mean, although I've seen some of the photos of a really well like established colony, they have like their gases are so swollen, right? The black parts are like little islands in just a sea of white, like the membrane between them stretches and you can see all the eggs in there. So I mean, a Lasius colony can get all the way up to like something like fucking 20,000 workers, you know? I want to get this colony to 100,000 workers, you know? Maybe even 1,000,000 one day. Because, you know, I've been looking at some theories about some of those parasitic queens, right? So essentially the way these parasitic queens work is that there's some for the Lasius genus. I haven't caught one, but I've heard of them. What they do is they wait outside the nest, okay? Well, not wait, but they find a nest. Real. I don't know how they find it. They can't see. They can only smell, but they detect a nest in a radius. And what they do is they pick off a foraging worker, right? They grab a worker and they kill it. What they do is they kind of extract the pheromone from the worker, because the way ants identify nestmates, right? They don't really have eyes. Well, they have eyes to detect light, but they're essentially blind. The only way they can detect workers is by smell. And to prevent some insects from, you know, trying to slip in the colony and pretend to be parts of the colony, right? If they're trying to disguise themselves as part of the colony, right, they'd waste food. So ants have several defense mechanisms against that, in order for them to transmit this particular, like, it's kind of like a key, almost like this oh, the worker is going for the centipedes, going nuts there. Okay, but for like the pheromone, both parties, when the worker first hatches, like another worker interacts in a certain way with that young worker, and that worker has to interact back, otherwise they will not be able to be recognized as a colony member. That's essentially what happens as soon as they first hatch, right? And I think it's less to some degree with nanites. That's why nanites are very aggressive and they're quite accepting. If you have a colony of nanites and the queen dies, you can almost like just put like a non-parasitic queen in there and they'll accept her. But yeah, what was I talking about here? Other than parasitic queens, I was thinking, you know, the mating flights are coming up soon where I live. Oh, queen's smelling the nectar. Here she comes down. Man, go get it, girl. Drink up. Yeah, but I'm thinking of trying to expand this colony, you know. Be an interesting experiment to have like, I don't know, 10 queens or some shit, right? Think about it. Having over 10 queens in this colony, how many eggs you get, you know? Build a super colony. My plan is to kind of introduce these queens to the colony by taking a worker. It'll require the sacrifice of a worker, right? So we're gonna get this worker and kill it. Not by crushing, because that may cause it to release like stress, like pheromones or something. You know, just freeze it. Take this dead worker, okay? Place it in a test tube with that other queen, like the founding queen I was caught, and it's kind of push it near her and let her kind of familiarize herself with it, just to kind of spread the smell, right? Like the smell of that dead worker, and maybe I'll do a couple. What that'll do is that'll really introduce that new queen to the colony, and so the only one can kind of do is gradually introduce the queen to the colony by like introducing her to the workers, and so the pheromones are interchanged, and maybe they'll accept the queen as part of their colony. It may not work. I mean, it works with parasitic queens because they've adapted specially to do that. Like, they have a special way of kind of essentially capturing like the particular pheromone of the workers they kill. I don't know if a like parasitic queen will be able to do that, because I mean the parasitic queens they don't even like a parasitic queen will die unless she encounters another colony. She cannot feed herself. She has to be fed by other workers. What she does is she'll go to this nest, infiltrate it, kill the queen, and take over the nest as hers. But she hasn't really like found a colony, so I don't know. Maybe different for like a traditional founding queen, right? So look at that, the workers on the centipede. Yeah, not too interested. Look at that, the worker's abdomen is actually engorged with the nectar. But look at that, the queens are drinking it right up. I bet you the queens will be on that centipede in no time. But yeah, I think I'm really interested in trying to expand this colony. I mean, because 20,000 workers can happen. I mean, these queens live 30 years. Well, that's the maximum, like, ever recorded, right? But I think we can get one of these girls 30 years, or even more. It'd be cool if I could set the record for, like, longest living queen. Because, I mean, these ones are at least I think around 6 months old, right? Because, well, they hatched, you know, I hibernated for 4 months, caught them, they were there for like 2 months or something, so, yeah, they're probably around 6 months old, so, yeah, I don't know, maybe that's something to worry about later. Gotta get the colony off its feet first, man. Okay, look at that, move the camera there to get a shot of all those eggs the queen moved off. Look at all those eggs, that's absolutely nuts, man. I've tried to raise Lasius before, and I've always, like, fucked it up somehow, but, like, I gotta get familiar about this. There's a lot of eggs there. The queens are healthy. Yeah. Whew. Man, that's nice. Look how swollen that worker's gaster is there. But yeah, I'm gonna try and introduce some more queens to this colony. I'm really looking forward to it. Once it's got a certain amount of workers, right? So once it has, you know, like a couple thousand workers, losing one worker ain't a big deal, right? Or maybe even alternatively, I could try and steal some brood from the colony, introduce it to the foreign queen. I don't know if that'll work though, because the queen may just kind of spread her own pheromones over. Well, they're not really pheromones. I keep on saying the word pheromones. It's not really a pheromone. A pheromone is what the queen uses to control the workers, to suppress the workers' fertility. The workers aren't. Technically, the workers actually can. They do have ovaries, but the queen's pheromones suppress it, so they can't lay eggs or mate. But never mind. I should stop saying pheromones. I don't really know what the word is for like the particular smell. Like the particular like identification smell a colony has. I'll call it pheromones, I don't know. But yeah, I think adding the brood may just cause the foreign queen to spread her own scent over them and not introduce it to her. It'll be a difficult topic, although I haven't really heard of anybody doing this before. Look at that. Queens drank up all the maple syrup. All gone. Look at that. Oh, they might even fight now. You know? Those antennae are moving pretty quick. Oh. Looks like she's smelling the centipede. Oh man, protein. I bet they need to lay some more eggs. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Man, I was still seeing their antennae move. Oh, we gotta take her. She's smelling it. Oh, she's going for it. Who's gonna reach first? Looks like, oh, she got it. Maybe I'll catch some Lasius today. Oh, look, you can see it. Oh shit. Moved it too quick there to see the queen, but I'm gonna focus in on this queen. Taking her head right in the spot there. That's a lot of protein juices in there. It may be tough for him to rip apart the centipede. It may be really tough for him to rip apart the centipede due to the shell there, but at least they can get what they need out of the thing. They kind of burrow their way in there. Maybe one of the little workers can actually crawl inside it and pull it out, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. It's kind of funny how they know that's food immediately. Like, yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do because this is gonna make another mess. I really don't want mold in there. It's gonna fuck up the colony. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to connect the outworld soon to get some of their filth out of there. Or I guess what I could do, I mean, if you're really risky, you could pop the colony in the refrigerator for like 2 minutes or something, and just get them docile, take off the lid, go with the Q-tip, get it all out, and heat it up real quick. But I don't want to put them in hibernation mode though, or kill the eggs. So I mean, the eggs do survive the winter, but they kind of stagnate a bit during the winter, and then they kind of like recharge in summer. So I don't know if really cooling down the colony would make sense. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to clean that out. I just leave it. If I just kind of direct the water, I pour it at a different angle, maybe it'll dry out. I don't know. If it's just shell pieces, like just some of the calcium of the shell, it probably won't rot too much. Yeah, but if the flesh, I think they took all the flesh off of it. But, man, look at her digging in there, huh? She's already made a hole already. Whoa. Man, funny how the other queens haven't caught on yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. Here she comes. Here she comes. She's coming in here. Oh, she's going for the remnants of the sugar water. Man, it's funny the workers aren't going at it, you know, because earlier today I saw the workers pulling a bit in the cotton blockage there. You know, I saw them pulling the cotton, thought they'd be hungry for protein, but guess not. I mean, they have small stomachs, you know. I don't think the workers, they probably got their fill in the maple syrup. Now it's up to the queens to get the protein, you know. Yeah, but look at her digging in there. Man, I wonder if they can eat the whole thing, you know. Might take it out in a few days. But yeah, protein once a week. I mean, sugar water. Oh, is the queen laying an egg? Holy shit. She may be laying an egg there, guys. Let me look. Oh. I don't know. No, I think she's just cleaning her gaster now. She ate it. Who knows? Yeah, was she interested? Nope. She doesn't seem too interested in it. But then again, it's just the shell there. Oh, she might be going for the juices. Keeps on curling her abdomen like she's gonna sting it or some shit. I don't know if queens have stingers. I think they just have their. Oh, looks like she's laying an egg. What the hell is she doing? Because I think when queens are in their founding stages, whenever they lay egg, they kind of bend their gaster up and kind of take it out with their own mouths, right? But when they have workers, they just kind of lay there. I've seen some more established colonies, some footage I've seen here on YouTube. The more established, oh, man, she looks like she's pulling an egg out. I'm not even kidding. Maybe an egg she's pulling out. Look there and see it in her jaws, but usually the workers take it out. Oh, well, maybe it looks like she didn't get it after all. Oh. Sorry, guys. Yeah. That one queen is getting her fill of protein out of that centipede. She's really doing it. Quite impressive. Yeah. Well, looks like it's almost gonna be pretty much all I have to say about this colony today, guys. You know, it's kind of gonna be a bit of a wait till those eggs turn to larvae, which will be interesting. Because I want to see how they're gonna tend to those larvae, how they're gonna feed them and stuff. But looks like it's gonna be pretty much it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next update. Who knows? I think the larvae is gonna pupate by then, but the one individual larvae we have. But thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.